Kansa, papastem kasun. So White Horse here again, and we're back here with my friend Kevin, and he's gonna talk a little bit more about the bows, the specific different types of bows, and just show us what the different bows look like. So I'm gonna let Kevin take it from here and just talk about the bows.
Okay. The first thing I'll show you will be, we'll do the recurve bow. So this is a recurve bow, and they call it a recurve because of the way that the limbs, how they sweep back towards the front. So the part that sticks towards you, the faces towards you, we call that the belly of the bow. The part that's on the outside that faces away from you, we call that the back of the bow. So with a recurve, it shoots a lot faster than a longbow will, because these limbs, they work, they bend too. So when you pull it back, you have a bend on the belly of the bow, so it bends towards you, and same with the recurve end, that bends out. So when you release, all the energy that's in here is thrown into the arrow, and then the arrow continues on its way to the target, whether it be an animal or just a target. Now I'll pull it back, I guess, just to show you what the limbs do. So when you pull back, see how the limbs, they flex on the top and on the bottom? So when those flex, it stores a lot more energy, and that creates a better efficiency towards the arrows when they fly through the air. Gives you better penetrating powder or power. And these are just wool. They're just balls of wool put on there. You cut them, and it helps us silence the string when it shoots, so there's less vibration. This is a longbow. It has a quiver on there that attaches to the limbs, and it has the arrows, so that way everything's all in one compact product, I guess you want to say. And that one, the limbs are different. So the whole limb bends. There's no extra storage of power or anything in there. This one too, when you pull on it, it just bends normal. Everything bends. So these ones are closer to what our ancestors used, but it's still a modern contraption because it's got fiberglass for the working limbs and things like that. Maybe I will show the self bow that I'm working on when I finish it one day. These are the arrows. These are what I was talking about with the different broadheads. So when you're shooting a traditional bow, you want, I don't know if the camera will pick that up because they're dark, but this is a 3-blade VPA. These are 250 grains. They're cut on contact, which means as soon as it touches the skin, it starts cutting. And they were very sharp. I'll probably have to sharpen again. But you have to keep sharpening a lot when you're using these. You want to look? It has fletching for the feathers.
So this is the fletching, right?
Yes. Those are turkey feathers. Traditionally, we would use goose feathers or birds of prey feathers.
It's pretty light.
Yeah, these are actually 602 grains.
So is that wood or fiberglass on that?
This is carbon, and it has a coating on it to help it to be more smooth, but they look like wood. They're just designed to look that way. I did used to shoot wooden arrows when I started out a long time ago. I've been shooting these since first time I started shooting them, I was about 6. So I've had a lot of practice over the years. I did leave the bow hunting for a while as a teenager, but you know how we all are when we're teenagers. We go out and do stupid things. Go out partying, chasing girls. Not that stupid, but this is a compound. This is made by Bear Archery. So the working limb is, these ones are some type of fiberglass composite, and it has an aluminum riser, which is the whole part here, and it has, this is a whisker biscuit, so the arrow passes through there, you just put your arrow in there and then you shoot, and it has sights in the front, so that's what I was talking about. You also have to use a mechanical release for this, and that's why you have to have the exact distance, because it's basically like shooting a mechanical instrument. And this too, when you pull on it, like I was saying, and you pull, then all of a sudden it lets loose, and then it stops. See, I can't pull any farther. So once it does that, then you aim, then there's a peep sight on the back. And these arrows are different in the fact that these are carbon on the inside, and they're aluminum on the outside. And the broadheads are different as well. So these are, that is double bevel, but it's a two blade. Well, they call it two blade, but it's just a one blade, right? These ones too have turkey feathers, different colors. I like the feathers. Lots of people use plastic vanes with these. I don't like that. I think the feathers fly better, and they're more forgiving. So I've taken a few moose with one of these, or the one moose anyway. But yeah, I've taken a few with my equipment here. The one thing I haven't got yet was an elk. I've come close, very close. I shot right underneath it, but that was with a recurve. But yeah, I've shot deer with these, bear. It's different. It's way different. Shooting one of these is a lot different than shooting those.
So in terms of distance, what are the distance differences between the compound, the recurve, and the longbow?
The difference is that you can shoot a lot farther with these, and it's more accurate. So a lot of people these days like to use the compound because it's, I guess it's a lot easier than shooting with one of those, because these have a sighting system on it. You can reach out. I know some people shoot out to 70, 80 yards with these. I can shoot 60 with this, but I don't really recommend doing that, because by the time the arrow gets there, the animal can move, and then you end up wounding it. So with this, I would limit myself personally to about 45, maybe 50 yards. And these hit a lot harder, and the arrows move a lot faster than the traditional stuff. These also have limb dampeners on it, so that way it stops from the noise, makes it quieter, less noise.
So with the range, what's the range on the recurve?
My personal range with the recurve and the longbow is about 25 yards at the farthest. So you have to be a lot closer.
So about twice the distance than with the compound.
Yeah, compound is twice the distance than any of those, easily. And on another type of bow that people use these days is the crossbow. I guess they were first designed medieval times when they were talking about knights and things of that nature. We never used to use them here. This one in particular is 175 pounds on pull, so it shoots these bolts. They're short arrows with the same type of broadheads. And this one has a scope on it. Some of them have rifle sights. This one in particular has a scope on it. But they're heavy. Feel that.
Yeah, that's got some weight.
Yeah, I've held rifles that are lighter than that.
And it might look small with the bow section here, but what's the range on this?
You can shoot out to 120 yards. You just have to make sure that everything's all sighted in properly
And I
for
say it's
that
a
distance.
much shorter arrow as well.
Yeah. Yeah, my favorite is the longbow. It feels natural. It feels better.
And that's traditionally what our ancestors would have been using.
Yep.
Was the longbow made of? I know in our area, the only real hardwood suitable for that would probably be the birch, right?
Yeah, it's
Or
yellow birch.
or the willow. Diamond willow is another hardwood.
Yeah.
Although it's hard to carve it because it's the grains twist on it.
Yeah. When you make the self bows, they're called. That's what the proper term for them these days is. You have to try to find a tree that's roughly about, I'd say, anywhere from 12 to 16-inch diameter, and then you break them up into little sections, and then you use those sections, and that's what you carve your bows out of. I've made a few of them. Most of them taught me when I was a little boy. That's how I got started.
Excellent. Well, there's a little bit about the different types of bows, and I'd like to thank Kevin for sharing his knowledge on the different bows with us. And what we're going to do from here now is we're going to actually the next time we meet, the next video we're going to do is Kevin's going to actually be teaching me about shooting each of these bows. So thanks for joining us today, and hopefully you'll look at the rest of the series as I learn how to shoot a bow. So kinanas kom tinawa kakyaw, kinanas kom tin Kevin. Emard.